entered the building, the attacker fled upstairs, where he shot himself. Police found him lifeless with a handgun on the floor next to him. Police have described a night of unimaginable horror in which the attacker first shot wildly at a car outside the church before unloading magazines through the window of a building.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys remember when the Ukraine-Russia war first started and the Karen reporter was on TV and she was like, I can't believe that this is happening. Oh my God, this is Europe. Well, guess what? We're back in Europe. In Germany, there was a church shooter. All right. This church shooter was a business coach who charged clients 250 euros a day. Gunman Philip Fuzz was 35 years old, known to Jehovah's Witnesses church, where 6 members of congregation died. 6 members of the congregation didn't die of natural causes. They died of unnatural causes because this nutcase went in and shot up the Kingdom Hall in Germany, in Hamburg, while these people were worshiping. All right, this is absolutely insane, and you don't really hear a big deal being made about it. Now, what I want people to do is I want people to check out the population matrix of Germany. And in the comment section, whether it's in the live chat or if it's in the comment section after the video, make sure you guys give us a racial composite of Germany's population. All right. A former Jehovah's Witness and self-styled business coach has been confirmed as the gunman behind a shooting at a Hamburg church on Thursday that left 6 people dead and many more injured. German authorities have identified the man who stormed a Kingdom Hall belonging to the religious groups as Philip F., a 35-year-old. They say that he left the congregation 18 months previously after a fallout with other members. Telegraph has identified the killer as Philip Fuzz, freelance consultant whose business website describes him as an expert in the finance and energy sectors. On the website, he offers exorbitantly priced consultancy fee for 250 euros, 250,000 euros, stating that the fee incorporates the fact that my work should generate you or leverage a value added of at least 2.5 million euros. Now, I'm curious as to if he has any evidence of this. And shout out to the people who are subscribed to Blacklight Revelations news, reviews, and reactions. That is where you all heard this story first, more than likely. According to his own account, Mr. Fuzz grew up in a strictly religious household in the Alps before studying business in Munich. In the Alps, very interesting. German authorities have ruled out a terrorist attack or any political motive. How? Isn't it interesting how literally the moment this stuff happens, they don't even know the person's name, but before they even know the person's name, they've automatically ruled out any affiliations. They've automatically ruled out any political ideology. All of that stuff has already been ruled out. Now, in the country where Nazism was born, I find it extremely hard to believe that there was no political motive behind this. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Jehovah's Witnesses were also persecuted by Nazis, along with the Roma, along with black people, along with a bunch of other groups that you never hear about that went through shit in World War II. Police confirmed that Mr. Fuzz used a handgun in his attack, and he had owned it legally since December through his membership in a local gun club. They also stated that the city gun authority received an anonymous tip-off in January warning that Mr. Fuzz was mentally unstable and that he harbored hatred for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yet there's no political yet there was nothing political behind it. You know what I'm saying? He killed 6 Jehovah's Witnesses, shot up a Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Hall, but there was nothing political behind it. It's not a hate crime, just as long as we get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the question. First of all, in Europe, it's really difficult to get a gun. They have a lot stricter gun laws than the United States. How did this guy, for one, get a gun? And for two, when they were given warning signs of his instability, what is the reason that they were ignored for? There were warning signs here, and because he has a protection for the privilege, they just decided to ignore it. Well, when you have warning signs and because you have the protection for the privilege and it gets ignored, well, sometimes the ignorance spills out onto your own people and causes harm. These casualties here are a business write-off, sadly. You know what I'm saying? And that's just unfortunate that these people create a system that does this to their own people. You know what I'm saying? But authorities who checked up on him last month did not take any further action after they found that he kept his gun in a safe, according to regulations, and that he showed no other signs of being unstable. So now here's my question. Did they get him a psychological evaluation? Did they get him a psychiatric evaluation? How are authorities, law enforcement, qualified to tell whether somebody is mentally unstable or not? If we're looking for an assessment on someone's mental stability, you need a mental health professional. So what I'm curious about is what legitimate mental health professional did they have go and evaluate this guy? Okay. Germany has been left in shock by the crime, which is one of the deadliest in recent memory. The gunman attacked the Kingdom Hall and shot dozens of people before police were able to stop him because, he's just wild and crazy. You know what I'm saying? They fear for their lives. Among the dead was a woman who was 7 months pregnant and with her unborn child. Of the 50 people at the service, only 20 escaped unharmed. Condolences for the victim came pouring in on Friday. Almost every single member of the congregation has been affected in some way by this awful crime, said Michael Tifardis, a spokesman for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Many of them are traumatized and are now receiving the best possible therapy and support, he added. Olaf Scholz, the German chancellor and native of the city, said that my thoughts are with the victims and their families, and with the security forces who have endured a difficult situation. Hamburg authorities have said that through luck and quick reactions of the officer, they prevented a much greater tragedy. We can thank the police that many more people weren't killed. They were able to quickly separate the attacker from his victims and save many lives. Andy Grote, Hamburg's interior minister, told the press on Friday. A newly formed SWAT team trained to deal with gun attackers happened to be in the vicinity at the time and was able to reach the scene within minutes. Now, that's interesting, right? That's kind of a coincidence. What's the chances of that? That's almost like how there's a military exercise and then an event like a pandemic, an earthquake, or a bomb happens. It's kind of like that kind of consequence or that kind of coincidence. It's kind of like a Operation Dark Winter exercise, C-19 pandemic coincidence type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Las Vegas, emergency training, an emergency drill, and then an actual issue take place type of coincidence. Do you notice that these quote unquote types of coincidences always happen? Well, to all my people that have read the book, Behold a Pale Horse, my question for you guys is, what did Bill Cooper say about coincidences? Leave it in the comments section. After they entered the building, the attacker fled upstairs where he shot himself. Police found him lifeless with a handgun on the floor next to him. Police have described a night of unimaginable horror in which the attacker first shot wildly at a car outside the church before unloading magazines through the window of a building. Once inside, he continued to shoot down his victims, repeatedly pausing to reload his gun. Officers found 9 used magazines at the scene, as well as 20 more in a rucksack. In the initial confusion, police suspected that 2 gunmen were at work and that one had left and fled the scene. People of the city received warnings via an app on their phones to stay indoors, while police were deployed to other Jehovah's Witnesses buildings to make sure that they were secure. The crime is likely to stoke an ongoing debate around Germany's gun possession laws. At the beginning of this year, the government announced plans to tighten gun laws around semi-automatic weapons after prosecutors uncovered a surreal plot by a group of monarchists to storm the German parliament. These people are literally all on the same accord. As unlikely as the plot was to have succeeded, it was supported by former army officers and a gun trader. Sounds just like the United States, minus black people. Meanwhile, the deadliest shooting spree in modern German history was carried out in 2020 by a far-right extremist who killed 11 people at Shisha bar on the outskirts of Frankfurt with legally held handguns. All right, so a lot of this rings very similar to the United States. People shooting for the same motives, the same type of politically affiliated people involved in these crimes. The only difference between what we see going on here and this is that this is Europe. So when you're in Europe and you're at the Kingdom Hall, you got to be careful because the fuzz might come and make it that much more difficult to survive the suburbs. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers. Make sure that you guys leave comments, follow my backup channel. Make sure you watch the video all the way through to the end, and I will catch you all on the next one. All right, peace.